So, we've got lunch coming very soon. And just before that, there's a chance to hear some details of what our sponsors do. So we're very grateful to our sponsors because without them, we would not be able to have the ticket price as it is. And we deliberately want to keep the ticket price sort of as low as possible. We're a not-for-profit conference. We're not here to make a profit. We're here to learn from each other and to share experience. And the sponsorship helps us to keep that ticket price low. So there's a real benefit for giving our sponsors some time to share what they do. First up is JFrog.
Hi guys. Oh, thanks. I'll just put it here. So hi guys, I'm Liat. I'm from JFrog. So if you would like to know what JFrog does, so we're the binary people or the binary frogs. What we do is manage, store, and distribute your binaries. What we do is like a full solution that handles all your binary. It's a universal solution. A universal solution that handles all kind of packages you need. We've got you can store your Docker images, your Java, your jars, your NPMs, your Ruby gems, Debian, RPM, whatever. We've got a full CI/CD integration with Jenkins and Bamboo and TeamCity and Travis and whatever you think of, and we just keep on adding more and more integrations. We've got a full REST API. All our products have a full REST API that you can use and a CLI. We have 4 products at the moment. The first one is JFrog Artifactory, which is the binary repository manager. The second one is JFrog X-Ray, that is security. It scans a security scanner. It scans your packages, scans your binaries for vulnerability, for license issuings. And the third one is JFrog Bintray to control all your distributions. Very fast CDN-based distribution. Just a bit more about Artifactory, which is one of our biggest and best products. It's a binary repository manager that, as I said, manages your binaries. It's a checksum-based storage, which means that you store all your, everything will be stored like only once, and so you can move and tag all your packages between development and staging and production without having actually to duplicate all your files. You've got an on-prem solution and a SaaS solution. And as I said, it's a universal solution that can support all the packaging types. And I think that's it. Oh, of course, sorry. You've got the metadata. We've got in Artifactory with your binaries. It's not just a file system. You've got a metadata, which means that you can store all your build information with your artifacts. So it's not just a file just laying there in the file system. You can know which build it came from, what were the environment variables that were built with, and any other information you would like to know, such as if the tests haven't passed on the build, so you wouldn't like to have this binary in production. So you can fail or flag their artifact as nuked or flag it as not for production. So all this just helps you with our slogan, which is release fast or die. So all this helps you just to release your software as fast as you can to your customers and as reliable software as you can. Thank you.
We actually have some presents for sponsors. There we go. Thank you very much.
And we're at the booth all day. You can come and ask more questions if you want. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next is Skyscanner. Who's from Skyscanner? Aha.
Is there slides? Hi, I'm Ash. I work at Skyscanner. So if you don't know what Skyscanner are or what we do, we're basically a travel company, selling flights and hotels and car hire. But relating to this topic, I wanted to talk about our kind of one of our main goals from a developer engineering point of view is how do we do 10,000 deployments to production every day? So we've been kind of on this journey for about 2 years now. And the journey is ongoing, and we're blogging about it in codevoyagers.com. There's a logo actually in the packs that's going around. It's no one knows what it is. That logo, it's probably Code Voyager, so check it out. But we kind of have this process where engineer has an idea, wants to change some code, do something, they push, right? They push their code to master. And we use drone CI, packages it up into a Docker image, and then we store those Docker images on AWS ECR. We then created a project, it's open source now, called Slingshot, for deploying to AWS, and then they go to ECS, and then they're live to the users. So a lot of what we're doing is about streamlining this process, because that has to be absolutely frictionless to be able to do 10,000 changes a day. So what are the sort of things that the mandates that we're trying to stick to? So one environment only production. It's still the case that we've got a lot of different environments, tests, pre-prods, all this sort of stuff, but we're trying to move away from that. And there's only one environment, production, and that is just to speed things up, to get more stuff out for our users. You build it, you run it mentality, and Dan mentioned this earlier on today, like an ops thing, but we came to a conclusion that we needed everyone in the organization to be responsible for the code that they're pushing out there. We run builds on every branch, so you do a feature branch, you run a build, it deploys, feature toggles and all that sort of stuff. So, yep, deploys on every merge to master, merges to master go in. We do metrics-based blue-green deployments to check if it's okay. So like rolling out to 1% of users, do the metrics look good? Yeah, automatically roll out to 10% of users, do the metrics look good? Yeah, so on and so forth. And as well as part of that, we have deep health checks. So we're starting to implement more of this, but microservices that talk to each other, we need to know that we're not impacting someone else as well, because as part of our architecture grows, we have more and more dependencies everywhere. So this is kind of the hard stuff that we're working on. The organizational impact of this is massive, and this is taking a long time, and we're trying to learn more about how other people are doing this. So we've got to stand out there. If you're interested, come and talk to us. Very interested to hear people's thoughts on all this stuff, and yeah, thanks.
And now we have a quick talk from ThoughtWorks Go.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Al. I'm from ThoughtWorks, and here we are here to talk about first open source continuous delivery server called GoCD. And Jez Humble, who wrote the book Continuous Delivery, was the product manager on GoCD, and you would see a lot of reference to the product in his book. And pretty much GoCD kind of is an open source tool. It kind of gives you a complete audit trail right from your time you checked in your code to deployment. It kind of tells you what's happening to your builds. Your builds are failing. Why is it failing? Who's broken the build? Where is it broken? Those kind of information. It helps you compare your builds. And also, it has something called a value stream map, which kind of tells you, gives you a complete audit trail of what is happening to all your builds up to deployment. And also, it helps you execute. It's a good orchestration tool, and it kind of helps you roll back at any point of time as well. So that's it. It's open source, and you can pretty much contribute to the product. You can also see what our Go team is doing via build.go.cd, and also you can give it a try. It's free to use as well. Thank you. I missed mentioning, we're giving away Bluetooth speakers at the booth, as well as the Millennium Falcon Lego. There's a lottery for it, so please do sign up. Yep.
Hi, everyone. Okay. So my name's Tim Savage. I'm one of the founders of Armakuni. We've been around since 2012. And Armakuni was set up originally to build the platform that sits behind Comic Relief and Red Nose Day. So as most of you are probably aware, we've got a pretty busy week this week. Friday is Red Nose Day, so I'm not actually around much today. So yeah, it's a platform that on event nights, or when Red Nose Day's on TV, there are 14,000 call center operators out there taking phone calls. There is the public generally hitting the website as and when David Tennant makes people cry or whatever happens sort of at generally around about 9:30. That's when our platform kicks in, which is made possible through continuous delivery. And since 2012, we've been deploying the same way. We now deploy over... Currently, we're running over Google Compute, EC2, and vSphere at the same time on 3 different continents. All of the infrastructure deployable via pipelines, all of the applications deployed through pipelines. We can push changes during the event, so whilst we're taking maybe 100 credit card transactions a second, we can push into production. So that's our world, that's what we do, and we're helping other organizations do this. So we sort of evolved into a cloud-native transformation organization, and we're helping our clients do that by going on-site and doing the work with them. So we're looking, at the moment, we're recruiting, and we're here today and sponsoring just to sort of get some awareness of our brand and what we're doing. But we're recruiting at the moment, and we're looking for engineers, senior engineers. So that's us. Thank you. And thanks very much to everyone for organising the event. It's great. Cheers.
Afternoon, everyone. My name's Rob Milson. I'm from Dyson. And if somebody asks me again what Dyson's doing here, hopefully I can explain moving forward exactly what Dyson are doing here. And it would help if my phone didn't switch itself off. Bear with me 1 second. Right. Basically, I'm going to spend the next couple of minutes explaining that Dyson's probably one of the world's fastest moving software companies. And again, people looking at me as if I'm completely bonkers. We believe currently that software is driving hardware companies quicker than software is driving software companies. For example, a year ago, our connectivity and IoT division didn't exist. Since September, we're now at 100 people. In the next 3 to 4 months, that should be 150. And by the end of the year, that should be 200. That goes alongside with time, effort, strategy, making Dyson move to the next evolution of its journey. Moving forward over the next 3 years, Dyson are looking to produce 100 new products. On top of that, 4 new product lines, and everything will be connected IoT. So understandably, it's a bit of a challenge ahead. So we're here looking for talented individuals who, to be honest, need to be a bit daft, mad, a bit off the wall. Our engineering division is full of, in a polite term, really forward, innovative thinking people. You've seen the Nutty Professor and things like that. However, I jest, but the type of environment we work in is very innovative, very fast moving, and some would say chaotic. So it's not for the light-hearted. Again, we're here to let people like you know where Dyson's going. We're on a recruitment drive, everything from app developers, Android, iOS, security. We have obviously automation testing. We have product managers. We have designers. We have weird and wonderful stuff going on rooms that I'm not allowed in. So what we're looking for is people that want to be at the beginning of something new. Don't just sit there and write code for somebody else. Come in and design code, design apps, take Dyson a step forward. Don't be afraid to fail. For example, James Dyson made 5,127 prototypes of his original Dyson before it went to market. So he wasn't afraid to fail. So people here, if you're looking for something a bit different, a bit wacky, and work for a big major company, that's why we're here. So please don't come up to me this afternoon and ask what Dyson are doing here. Hopefully, I've just covered that off. Thank you very much for your time. Cheers.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Phil from Equal Experts, but we're being low-key this year, so we don't really have a booth. So just come and talk to me, or come and talk to Sean, or any of the other associates. So we're just going to show you a really short video of one of our side projects, because it's interesting. And I guess I'll introduce it with 3 words. Always be shipping.
A few people have tried before and failed, but we're going to try, and this time we'll succeed.
We wanted to do something pretty spectacular. It was one of the most exciting things I've ever done. We launched something into space. It was fantastic.
The scouts keep sending me a message saying, we took that picture. We can see a quarter of the planet, and we took that picture.
The record we're trying to beat is NASA's record. Let's see if we can do something that will break a world record.
3, 2, 1.
Hello. Hi, I'm Clem Pickering. I work for a company called Infinity Works. We have a video to show you. No, I'm only kidding. Yeah. Oh, whoa, well, we almost did. Yeah. So, what do I say about Infinity Works? So, we are an agile delivery consultancy. The kind of fairly unsubtle message on the screen there is that delivery is our key thing, really. So that's what we kind of major on. Whatever organisations we work with, we like to try and deliver in whatever context that means. That might be providing teams ourselves to help actually deliver products or projects for companies. It might also be embedding into those companies to help them just improve their capabilities or offer them additional capacity as well. So we're very much tools agnostic, methodology agnostic. It usually is some form of agile. DevOps is what people are asking for these days, and we believe that does work. But we're absolutely not prescriptive about what brand or form of tool or methodology that takes. So what else was I going to say in my 2 minutes here? I was going to just talk a little bit about continuous delivery and pipelines, because it is something that we see is key across a lot of clients. People are asking about that, asking how they improve in that area. So the first thing I always like to say is exactly what Dan North said this morning, which I thought was great, was start with post-its. Start with visualizing what they do now. Work out how they build software and how they get it through into production and how they run it as a starting point, using nothing more than a whiteboard or post-its, that kind of thing. Secondly, as well, the other thing is to look at how do we make a small step in increasing the cadence of their existing delivery. So if they're shipping every 6 months, is it possible to bring that in a little bit? Could we do it slightly more regularly? If we can start to bring that time down, we can start to unlock value sooner. It doesn't have to be a giant leap straight to daily deliveries or anything like that. And the final thing I was going to say is having empathy with those people. It's something I was talking about with my colleague this morning. The empathy for the organisation and the teams that work there is absolutely key. Nobody sets out, in my opinion, to do a bad job. It's actually more they're working within a set of constraints. So understanding where they're starting from is a key place to start. That's all I was going to say. We're here really just to support the conference, but we are hiring. We've got offices in Leeds and London, so come and have a chat as well if you're interested. Thank you.
And finally, I think Moo.
Hi everyone, I'm Mark. I'm a software engineer at Moo. For those of you who haven't come across us, we're the ones who put the Haribo in the goodie bags. We are a print and design company. The main product we do is business cards. We also do postcards, flyers, stickers, various other printy things. We've also got some pretty cool notebooks that we've just released if you want to go and have a look at those. Technology-wise, we are moving away from an old legacy system, but who isn't? We're doing some exciting stuff, moving from our own hardware up into the cloud, trying to get it all through decent pipelines, getting towards continuous integration and continuous delivery. We are hiring. There's some test engineer spots open. I think there might be some software engineer spots open as well. Really cool place to work. We've got good buy-in from the exec to get the technology in the right place. There's free ice cream, pool, ping pong, all the usual stuff. We are out by our banner outside, so if you have any questions, please come and have a chat with us.
And is there someone here from Just Eat? Who's here from Just Eat? No one's here. Okay. So we just want to say thank you to Just Eat as well for the bags, the sponsor bags, which you have in front of you, and also to the other sponsors as well. So that's always Agile Consulting, Dockbit, Scale Factory, and Skelton Thatcher Consulting. That leaves us with about 30 seconds before lunchtime. So thank you very much for your attention. Go and speak to the sponsors and see you after lunch.